Hello guys, in today's video I'll be taking you through the process by which you could draft a successful personal statement for the Global Talent Visa under the peer review. I have lots of questions in my previous video whereby people have been requesting for a draft sample of how they could write their personal statement. So in this video I'll be taking you through three main processes. The first one is the eligibility process. Who are those that are eligible to apply for this Global Talent Visa? 2. How can the eminent person you've chosen write a good recommendation letter for you? And lastly, how you could draft a mind-blowing personal statement letter to obtain your endorsement under the Global Talent Visa. I still remain your one and only Dr. Nikki, and welcome back to my channel. So when applying for the Global Talent Visa under the peer review, you can apply for an endorsement as either an exceptional talent or exceptional promise. Part of the question that have been asked in my previous video include, how can I get my endorsement? Some people ask questions like, oh, can I get my endorsement from my manager? Can I get an endorsement from people that I've worked with? Can I get an endorsement from my lecturer? Absolutely, the answer is no. As peer review is done by three bodies. 1. Royal Society for Science and Medicine. 2. British Academy for Humanities. And 3. Royal Academy of Engineering. So these are the bodies that are approved by the UK government to provide endorsement. So if you're looking to get an endorsement, you need to know which of these bodies your field of expertise falls under for you to be able to get your endorsement through the peer review for the Global Talent Visa. That takes me on to my first aim of this video, which is the eligibility. I've asked people, say, oh, I'm a fashion designer, can I apply for this type of visa? Or I'm a publisher, can I apply for this kind of visa? So I'm going to be talking more in details about the eligibility. What makes you qualified to be able to apply for this Global Talent Visa under the peer review? For you to be eligible for the Global Talent Visa under the peer review, you need to work in an approved research discipline. Be an active researcher, for example, in a university, research institute, or business. Have a PhD or equivalent research experience, and this includes industrial or clinical research. For you to be eligible for the Global Talent Visa under the peer review, you need to have met one of these three conditions that I've mentioned earlier, or have a PhD, as a PhD will also prove that you've been an active researcher. If you don't have a PhD, you could have a equivalent research experience. The most important thing for this Global Talent Visa under the peer review is that you don't need a job offer to apply for this visa. Moving on from the eligibility to your letter of recommendation. So how should your letter of recommendation from an eminent person in your field from the UK be drafted? This is part of the question that I've also received, and in it I'm also answering other people's questions like, oh, can I get my manager to write a recommendation letter for me? Can I get my supervisor from school to write a recommendation letter for me? Definitely is yes and no. It is a no if the person is not a professor from your field and if the person is not in the UK. As one of the requirements is that whoever is writing the recommendation letter for you must be an eminent person. That means the person must be a professor in your field and the person must be from the UK. So definitely you cannot have somebody from Nigeria, from Canada, from USA, from Australia writing a recommendation letter for you. The person has to be from the UK. Writing this letter of recommendation, this is how the letter should be drafted. The eminent person must be able to itemize how they know you, whether it's a supervisor, whether it's a line manager, whether you've worked on a project before. So they must be able to say how they know you. So definitely you can't get someone to write for you if they don't know you. You need to know an eminent person in your field that is in the UK, and they could be able to tell how they know you, because that's the first thing they have to say when they're drafting this recommendation letter. How they think you show an exceptional talent or promise. Depending on which part of the global talent visa you're applying for under the peer review. So if you are applying under the exceptional talent, the eminent person will have to write how they think you show an exceptional talent. And if you're applying for the exceptional promise, the eminent person will also have to show how they think that you show the exceptional promise. How you benefit from being in the UK. So the eminent person will also write about how they think you benefit from the UK based on your field of study or your research area, how they think you're going to benefit from being in the UK from your area of expertise, maybe in terms of developing yourself, your career. So they should be able to write how they think you will benefit from being in the UK. They will also be required to write on how you would contribute to the UK. So it's a two-way thing, you benefiting from the UK and also contributing back into the system. They need to be able to write how you will contribute to the UK. And lastly, they will also be required to explain your plans for work in the future, because definitely for this visa, you're not required to have a job offer before you could apply for it. So there should be a plan of you getting a job in the UK. The eminent person should be able to explain your plan for work in the future. If you are applying for exceptional talent, you also need to provide one of the following. Proof that you are a member of a national academy. Proof of a prize that the endorsing body judges to be prestigious and internationally recognized. A letter of recommendation from a respected UK organization. Like I said earlier on, that this is applicable for those that are applying for the exceptional talent, and you have to show one of these three in addition to the other requirements. A letter of recommendation from a respected UK organization linked to your research. It must be signed by someone senior, dated and on headed paper. Finally, to the last bit of my video for today, which is writing an impressive personal statement. How can you write an impressive personal statement in getting an endorsement for the Global Talent Visa? The best way to write an impressive personal statement is following the laid down structure expected from your recommendation letter. This can be done in 4 ways. 1. You would be expected to write on what makes you an exceptional leader or promise. This is similar to answering a job interview question. Tell me about yourself. Make sure you clearly explain how you are suited as an exceptional leader or promise. Write a short script that highlights the beginning of your career, your field relevant abilities, strengths, and areas of expertise. 2. How you will benefit from being in the UK. Think of what you benefit positively from if you are given the visa to come or remain in the UK under the Global Talent Visa. The benefits should be related to your area of expertise, on how you can develop and unlock your potential. 3. How you would contribute to the UK. You could highlight here how your research work or academic experience could be of benefit in the UK. Your plans for work in the UK. You need to have done your own work here to find out where your expertise will be needed in the UK. For example, maybe in an academic institution, postdoctoral research institutions or companies related to your field, and so on. To prove that you can get a job in the UK, you need to have applied for jobs in your field in the UK close to when applying for your endorsement, as there is a section in the application form where you'll be asked for details of any applied job. This will show that you could get a job in the UK in your field of expertise. I hope this has helped you how you go actually draft an impressive personal statement in getting your endorsement for the global talent visa under the peer review. If you could follow these 4 steps in writing your personal statement, there's no doubt in you getting your endorsement from whichever bodies that is endorsing you based on your field of expertise. And if you think that this video has helped you on how you could actually draft an impressive personal statement, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel so that you get updated whenever I upload any new videos. And if you obviously have any question regarding this, remember to pop them in the comment below and I will answer them. And if I've got a lot of questions relating to different things under this global talent, I will also take my time, as I've done for this, in tackling those issues that we raise in the comment section. Until next time, bye.